outro. Welcome. We're a little late because technical difficulties. It's part of the process sometimes. But this is the fifth episode of the Final Score. I'm Jalen Brinson,
And I'm Trey Hargrave.
and today we're gonna open up with basically the main topic of this week, and it's not really sports related. We're gonna talk about how we feel after the presidential election on Tuesday, and how Donald Trump run the presidency.
Oh man, honestly don't even know how to feel about it. Well, I do know how to feel about it. When I woke up in the morning, cause I fell asleep around the point where it was kind of close.
Yeah.
So I fell asleep around that point. So I was like, all right, by the time I get up, Hillary, she'd probably take it, But when I woke up and I saw Donald Trump had won the election, I was just like, wow, like this just can't be real. You just watch all the debates, and you just see how he acts, and you just
All the
hear news
nonsense.
about him, and it's just like, how can this guy even have a chance at being the president?
With no political experience.
No political
And Hillary
experience.
has all those credentials. I saw tweets like, if Donald Trump can become president without being a politician, then why we need to get a degree to get a good job in our field?
True.
I mean, he just came out of nowhere.
Honestly, I feel like he finessed the whole country.
He really did. Donald Trump used to be a Democrat back in the day. Some videos during the election, the campaigning process. There was a video of Donald Trump saying he was a Democrat, and then he said even that if he ran for president, he would run as a Republican because he knew his strategy would make Republicans vote for him.
I seen that picture.
So I'm not gonna riot like minority folks have been doing, and not just minority, but the Hillary Clinton followers. But
yeah,
I voted for Hillary Clinton. Not just to put. I didn't vote for Trump, of course not. But he is gonna be the president. So I mean, in a way, we got to root for him, cause he is
technically about to be the leader of our
country.
Yeah.
So like it's like in like an NBA draft. You may not wanted that draft pick, but
but
now he on your team.
Dropping double doubles and triple doubles. You're like, oh, okay, but I mean, who knows how it will turn out? I think it'll be like completely different from how he's been acting. There's no way he can take what he said in those debates and move them to actually doing it. I just can't see.
You're right. I mean, there's a difference between campaigning and actually being a president. Campaigning, you just gotta get in the house. So once you get that position,
yeah. You know how I used to be in high school. People used to run class president. We're gonna have chicken and pizza every Friday.
Never have.
Then you vote for him. You still eating the same cold mystery meat.
They just doing whatever to win. Once they get the win,
exactly. It's whatever after that.
So for all y'all Republicans out there, y'all might have just got finessed, because Donald Trump might not do what y'all elected him for.
But the thing is, though, being that Hillary is this qualified, way more qualified.
Yeah, I just
than
don't
Donald
understand.
Trump, you gotta wonder, had Hillary been a guy, would the guy Hillary been elected? Probably so. Which would allude to the fact that maybe, just maybe, it's a little sexism going on. Honestly, because that would be the only reason.
That is true. A lot of people are saying, Donald Trump isn't racist. He just made some racist statements. I mean, that might be the case, but it's some minority situation, whether it's race or whether it's Hillary Clinton being a woman.
Yeah.
Because all the stuff Donald Trump, sexual allegations for women, but there's still women out there that voted for him. So I mean,
indeed. And it's just like, if he said those statements, I mean, it got to be a little truth to it. You know what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
That is true.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Whether he over-exaggerated or not, I mean, he's got a case coming up.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's a long 4 years if he gets to see the entirety of it. I mean, maybe he gets impeached, maybe not. Who knows? I mean, but we'll see.
Now we're gonna move on to sports.
Finally, this is what I like to talk about. Let's add the juice back to the show. First, we got up James Harden putting up career numbers as a point guard. I'm talking about. It seemed like every night you just hear this guy, 15 assists, 15 assists, 15 assists.
It was almost like, back in the day, James Harden was running point. It seems like he's been running point for a couple years, but now he's embracing it. Yeah.
He's never officially been the point guard, whereas now he's officially the point guard. I have the right to have the rock in my hand the entire game.
And I didn't know if this was a good decision because, James Harden likes to put up buckets. I didn't know he was that
that playmaker.
That playmaker, that players, teammates first type mentality.
I don't know, man. He flashed it a little bit in OKC, but it's kind of hard to hold the ball when you got Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, two ball dominant guys. True. It's kind of hard to rock from them. So now that he got guys, on the Houston Rockets, James Harden, no, he's the best option on that team, bar none. So the ball needs to be in my hands every play. Rightfully so, because with his penetration, he can get guys open shots.
And the defense gonna collapse.
Exactly. So it's drive and kick all day long. And with his size, how many point guards are gonna be able to guard James Harden?
And he's a good rebounder as a guard.
Indeed.
And they beat the Spurs this past week. He put up a triple-double.
And it's like, whoa. Had James Harden still been at the 2 guard, would they have beaten the Spurs?
Exactly.
Probably not.
When a guard gets a rebound, they can push it. They can push it off the break. Then, that's one less pass that, like, if a big man rebounded, have to kick it to the guard rebound it, get down the court.
Yeah. Gone. But see, the thing is, it's still early in the season.
That's true.
And after a while, this is an 82-game season. It's a long season. The thing is, not only does James Harden have to be defended, but eventually, the biggest question mark with James Harden is he has to defend somebody. He has to.
That's true. And being a point guard.
Exactly. So you talking about Chris Paul is overrated, but you still got Chris Paul. You got Damian Lillard, Steph Curry.
Yeah, those are all the point guards James Harden's gonna have to defend.
Indeed, and that's not even half on. We just talking about the West so far. We haven't even gotten to the East.
Because they're gonna make it to the championship. You're gonna have to guard like maybe Kyle Lowry or Kyrie.
He's guarding Kyrie.
So it's guaranteed the Cavs.
If the Bulls don't make it,
so basically in Trey's eyes, it's either Rajon or Kyrie.
Rajon or Kyrie. Look, that's just how it is. The Pacers, they got names, okay?
Yeah, they not looking too good.
They got names. That's all they got. And see, teams do that, and they think that it's cute. Like Chicago Bulls, we're trying it, where we just have names. We don't have D-Wade turning 35 in January. It's just like
he gonna run out of gas.
Exactly. So. You have names. Now, had you had these names about 10 years ago?
Exactly.
You can take Jimmy now, but you give me Rondo about 5 years ago. And D-Wade, when he was about 26, oh, yeah, this team runs. No question.
But moving on, we're going to talk about somebody who's never really been in the media lately, last couple of years. We got Greg Oden.
Man.
This easily could have been on Out of Pocket, but, this was a pretty serious statement he made here. I kind of felt bad for him. Greg Oden said that he could possibly, or he is actually the biggest bust in NBA history. Do you agree with that?
Didn't he get drafted by Portland?
He did. He came out with Mike Conley.
Did he come out with Kevin Durant too? Was that draft?
It might have been.
I think it was that draft where Greg Oden got picked
over
Kevin
KD.
Durant.
Yep. And Portland's probably still sick to this day.
I know Portland is sick, boy. You could have had Kevin Durant and LaMarcus Aldridge. Oh my God!
Both out of Texas.
That would have been a contender.
But even Greg Oden's year at Ohio State, he had knee problems, and the Portland Trailblazers still said we'll work with it.
As the number 1 pick, I'm not taking no chances.
Nah, and
I'm not taking no chances.
I wouldn't say he was a bust just because he didn't have the skill. It's just and the potential. It's just he never had the opportunity because he just couldn't stay away from injury.
Injury, man. Once you become injury prone, it's like it just keep happening. Like no matter what you try to do, you know, like Derrick Rose, torn meniscus, torn Achilles, torn ACL. They say you get back, hamstring problems, back tightness,
And he's still in the
issues.
league.
You get eye injuries. It's just like dog.
Can't stay away from it.
It's like
some people just can't stay away from it.
Once you get injury roll, that's it. But yes, aside from Anthony Bennett, you know the number 1 pick from the Cavs a couple years ago.
Yeah, I know Anthony Bennett.
He's a bust too, though.
Oh,
Nobody gonna talk about him.
Yeah.
But he was the number 1 pick. The Cavs were stupid for spending the number 1. I would have never spent the number 1 pick on him.
Exactly.
Honestly,
Anthony Bennett. I don't even remember him at UNLV.
Exactly. UNLV. I'm sorry. It's like this for me. If I got the number 1 pick, I would probably, unless the big man prospect was that good, I would probably have to start someone on the wing. Honestly, give me a wing
or
player.
a point guard.
Give me a wing player because those guys, they put the spark back in a franchise. Like, they can create their own shot. I'm sorry.
That is true. You got you got to rely on the guards to put in work.
A lot of bigs can't do it. And in today's NBA, it's not a big man's game anymore. I mean, you got Karl-Anthony Towns, Jahlil Okafor, Anthony Davis. But that's it. You don't have enough. You have to be able to get out on the wing. And you need to be able to pull it from half court.
And, you know, we're going to compare the NBA and NFL. Drafting a big man first is like drafting a receiver when you really need a quarterback.
Indeed.
Like,
What's a receiver if you don't have the quarterback?
Exactly.
There's no point. It is absolutely no point.
You got to start
You're wasting your time.
at the base of the team, which is like point guard and quarterback.
Exactly.
You know, you need the facilitator.
You need them. And then the thing is, with good quarterbacks make receivers. Because, I mean, when the last time Tom Brady had a Pro Bowl wide receiver that went to the Pro Bowl the year that he was with him? I can't tell you.
Right.
I mean, he's had a tight end. That's it. Julian Edelman don't make Pro Bowls. He don't. You've never seen Tom Brady. This just speaks how good Tom Brady is, but you've never seen Tom Brady with that Dez Bryant or that AJ Green.
Besides when he had Randy Moss.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. And even with that, they didn't win a championship with Randy Moss.
That's when they went undefeated.
Yeah,
lost to the Giants.
Lost to the Giants. But to get back to the topic, I mean, Greg Oden, yes, he's a bust. I'm sorry.
He's going to have to accept the fact.
Live with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't wish nobody to be a bust. Honestly, I want us all to succeed, but I'm sorry, Greg Oden. You made this prediction correct. And on to the next topic we have. Let's see.
The
Cavaliers decided to take a visit to the White House this week.
You know, celebrating that 2016 championship.
I mean, they deserve it.
This is the last, you know, being basketball, President Barack Obama's favorite sport. This is his last chance to see an NBA champion.
Yeah.
And this is what? This is the third time he's gonna see LeBron. He saw LeBron, right?
Yeah, the third time he saw LeBron. Wow, that's crazy. That's why LeBron, he just had on his turtleneck. Who has turtleneck? But he just had on his turtleneck. He just walking through. Hey, I've been here 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I know what a bathroom at this point. But this is probably the last time a whole team will visit the White House.
That is true because
Donald Trump. When Donald Trump got elected, it's sad to say, but one of the thoughts that was in the back of my head was like, will NBA teams or NFL teams even want to visit the White House after they win a championship?
I already know Richard Jefferson said that the Cavs this year were his last team that's going to visit the White House for a while.
Probably so. Because, I mean, think about it. The league is predominantly black. Even in the NFL, it's predominantly black. It's just like you can't come at a whole race and then expect us to want to come to the White House and be all jolly with you. It just doesn't work like that.
And that's an invitation, so, I mean, it's not like it's mandatory for them to have to go.
Yeah.
So.
But it's just like, dang, you just see, like, all these teams go to the White House. It's like, as an NBA team, an NFL team, you win a championship, you go to the White House. Go to Disney World. That's just how it is. But I mean, if I was on a basketball team, I don't think I want to go see Trump.
Oh man,
I don't.
Go
I don't
ahead.
think I want to go see Trump. I'll probably. No, matter of fact, we'll send it back to you. Don't worry about it. We good.
Yeah, y'all got it. Don't even send it out here.
Exactly. We're gonna let you know this in advance. Don't even waste your ink or paper or your stamp because we don't want to come.
Next up, then we got Steph Curry after he was 0 for 10. The game before when he played the Lakers, he came back against the Pelicans and broke the single game record for threes. He put up 13 threes.
Look. I don't even think I could have done that with the 2K.
Oh nah.
I couldn't have done it with the sticks. Not even me. Seriously.
He was 13 for 17 from downtown.
13 for 17. So. He was automatic. It gets. But you know what's crazy is he had to do that.
Yeah, he had to.
Because if you look at the game, Anthony Davis still kept that game close. I think they only lost by like 6 points.
That is true. I thought, when I heard about it, I thought it was going to be a blowout.
I was like, yo, they killed the Pelicans. I just knew it. But
it was necessary for him to put up 13 threes.
But he was just on, though. It's like, just imagine, eventually, it's going to be that game where Steph Curry is going to hit 13. KD gonna give you about 6 or 7. Clay gonna give you about 6 or 7.
They're gonna
Draymond gonna give you about 2 or 3.
Get close to 200 points.
Indeed, I think honestly they could do it, but you wanna know what's gonna be? I don't know, kind of like, come on now. In the Western All-Star game, Kobe isn't automatically plugged in there. So when you get to the All-Star game, you might be looking at Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant all in the starting lineup of the All-Star game.
Maybe Draymond.
No.
Nah, I ain't gonna give it to
No,
Draymond.
you can't.
It's probably gonna be Blake.
I'm sorry, you gotta give me Anthony Davis.
Oh, true. Yeah,
I'm sorry, Anthony Davis. I feel like Blake Griffin overrated too. Honestly, because all he do is dunk. Blake Griffin don't change the game to me, man. Now, I think if he was to change the game for me, he had to pick his defensive side of the ball up. I feel like it's not enthusiastic at all. And it's just like...
Yeah, I don't really see Blake.
Yeah.
Blake's like the big man James Harden.
Indeed. It's like you can dunk all the balls you want, shoot all these little jumpers. When last time you said, oh, my God.
Blake Griffin with the block.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've never seen him. I've never seen Blake Griffin send somebody shot all the way to New Hampshire. I've never seen it. Now, Hassan Whiteside, we see him every game.
He's a beast.
He not only blocks the shot, he deflects the shot in the direction of his point guard to start the fast break.
Yes.
And if he know he can't start the fast break, he blocks and grabs it at the same time. It's just like,
yeah, he'll just steal it.
Yeah, come on, dog. That's a lot. It's just like Blake Griffin needs to step it up. It's like, I don't know, man, but Steph Curry, 13 threes, NBA record. We never gonna see that. We never gonna see that again. I'm sorry. It's like,
unless Steph goes for 15 one night, but
it's not. If somebody was to break it, it'll be one of his teammates. Of course. I don't know. Gotta watch out for Devin Booker too.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Devin Booker.
He can shoot too.
That boy look like a young me out there. It's like, no, I'd never be Devin Booker, man. That's just outrageous. But next up, we have LeBron James. Finally, he cracks the top 10 in the all-time scoring list,
and which drops Hakeem Olajuwon to 11.
Honestly,
what do you think this does for his legacy?
I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to say. It's like LeBron James could be higher. He could go higher in the scoring category.
He could be top 5.
He could be top 5, honestly, but he probably would have had to start a long time ago. But you just look at his game. He's not even he don't pride himself on scoring.
Yeah, he gets quiet buckets. He gets quiet buckets.
He would much rather just drive and kick to everybody else, but he scores when he has to, like when his team needs him to. It's not like Kyrie Irving, where Kyrie Irving, he gonna go out there and he looking for a bucket.
Yeah.
LeBron James, he looking for an assist. And you crack the top 10 playing that way, he's conservative with his buckets. And for him to even be in the top 10, I mean, he could probably hop in the top 10 for points, assists and rebounds.
Yeah. And I don't even know if that's been done before. Like,
I don't even know
either.
either.
In top 10 in 3 major categories.
maybe the big Oscar Robertson.
Yeah,
But
that's
you know,
true.
Oscar Robertson, he was averaging nearly
A triple
a
double,
triple
like
double.
his whole
So
career.
I mean, Oscar Robertson is LeBron James before LeBron James. I mean, but I don't know. LeBron James, he's a once in a lifetime player. The Cavaliers, they better be lucky they got a man like LeBron
That's
because
true.
there's not too many times where you get a guy that can contribute so much to the organization. It's almost as if LeBron had this plan in his head the entire time. You leave Cleveland. You know once you leave, that 60 wins gone down the drain. And it was literally 60 wins
Yeah.
gone down the drain. You allow them to stack up on talent. And then after you win your championships, you come back. And you have your
Yeah,
home
win a
team win
championship.
championships. And now Cleveland championship contender at all times. Now, had LeBron James stayed, because LeBron had noticed, they would have never had they would have never had a top pick. Never. They would have never had a top pick. They would have just been putting guys like Boobie Gibson,
That's true.
Delonte West.
The Cavs would have never got Kyrie if LeBron hadn't left.
Wow.
So
That's
I
crazy
mean,
how the league works, though, because imagine Kyrie Irving in somebody else's uniform. Like, would he be as good?
he might have been on the 76ers. You know what happens to players when they on the 76ers.
Yeah, but see,
They
the
just
thing
die
is,
out.
the 76ers probably would have traded him to the Cavs. Because, you know, the 76ers are stupid.
Yeah.
But just imagine that. But see, the thing is, at one point in time, I used to think Kyrie Irving was overrated too. But he's not overrated. He just didn't have the talent. He's not a LeBron James player. But once LeBron James leaves, I think now Kyrie Irving has the ability to carry this team to the playoffs. But
Yeah, he would
Well,
never
people
win
used to
a ring by himself, though.
yeah, no, sir. But when people used to say, "Oh, Kyrie Irving battling Derrick Rose," well, before LeBron James got there, Kyrie Irving didn't make the playoffs.
Exactly.
He never made the playoffs. And my main thing is when people would try to compare players to Derrick Rose when I was cause I was a Bulls fan, so I used to protect D Rose. So when people used to say that, I used to be like, well, Derrick Rose in 2008, his rookie season, he made the playoffs, and we never missed it since he got there, except his last year in a Bulls uniform. Whereas Kyrie Irving, they never made the playoffs.
Exactly.
Keep in mind,
LeBron
the Cavs were a consistent playoff team. So
In fact, not only did Kyrie not make the playoffs, but they were so bad that they drafted number 1 again, and that's when they got Andrew Wiggins.
yeah,
They got Andrew Wiggins. They traded away when they got LeBron back for
I'm
Caleb.
sorry. Come on, man.
They should left. They should.
Indeed, because you don't need Kevin Love. I think Kevin Love, he plays his role, but do you need him? No.
You needed a young.
I'm sorry. Andrew Wiggins, he's okay, but with the addition of Karl Anthony Towns, he had to take that back seat. Whereas I think with the Cavs, had Andrew Wiggins stayed, just imagine
He might have
LeBron James would have
Yeah.
James would have groomed him into an impressive player, and it would have been like really amazing. Like I can't I can't really flex on that like LeBron. Like the effect that he would have had on Andrew Wiggins would have been amazing. Like you can't deny that at all.
That's true. But, I think Andrew Wiggins, he's just been an average player his whole career in Minnesota. You would have thought that even with the arrival of Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, it would have been his team. But it's Karl Anthony's team in Minnesota.
Indeed. And I'm surprised because I thought Andrew Wiggins, because his rookie season was really impressive. I thought Andrew
That
Wiggins
is true.
was about
Then
to
he
be the
won.
next.
He won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he did. I thought Andrew Wiggins was about to be the next Kobe.
Me too. Hey, either next Kobe or like he and Kawhi would have been battling. Like
I thought he was about to just apply buckets.
Yeah.
And tell everybody, okay, get up. You don't.
I mean, he got a 40-inch.
He
He got a 40-inch vert.
So, but a 40-inch vert ain't converting to no wins though. That's
true.
what I'm saying. Like,
But you did say you gotta start with a forward or your wingman.
exactly, you need that wingman. That wingman is so pivotal, and people just don't understand how important it is to your team. Like, if you can start off with the wing, like imagine starting off with a Kobe-esque player.
That
Imagine
is
starting off
true.
with a LeBron or Damian Lillard from Weber State. Just imagine, like, you have so many ways you can start. I would never start off with a big man. I'm sorry, unless they're the next Shaq, and it's guaranteed. It's no way. I'm sorry.
If I'm gonna get a big man, then they had to have won the championship in college that past year.
But a part of developing a team without digging so much into free agency, you gotta get luck because think about the Heat. Nobody saw Hassan Whiteside.
Oh, nah.
As
Yeah,
big
they
as he
just
is,
found him.
nobody saw Hassan Whiteside. Just like, what?
He came out
How
of
do you
nowhere.
miss this guy? He has this great physical ability. He can block shots. He can run. He's athletic. I mean, you mean to tell me you couldn't let him sit on your bench
That is
and
true.
grow up?
He
Man, please.
before the Heat re-signed, I think he was on the Heat. Then he got cut, bounced around. Then before the Heat re-signed him, he was playing at a local YMCA
yeah,
gym,
it's just
like
man, these stories
where
that you
average
hear about
folks
these
like us.
players be crazy. No, I would have bought Hassan Whiteside. No, I wouldn't have bought him up.
Oh, I mean, for real. I mean, Whiteside don't be scoring. He's more of a like DeAndre Jordan type. You know, he ain't gonna get a lot of buckets.
Indeed.
He's not gonna get a lot of buckets, but you know, if you gonna get a big man, at least he gotta hold it down. You can work on the offensive game, but to
you
play
gotta,
defense,
you gotta
yeah,
protect that rim. I'm sorry. You 7 feet. What you mean you're not blocking those shots?
exactly.
What you mean you're not getting all the boards? You gotta be doing something.
If
Are you okay?
If you're not gonna score that much, you better at least get
Exactly. I need 8 blocks. 8 of them.
10 rebounds plus.
No, but see, Hassan Whiteside is what JaVale McGee's supposed to be, honestly. But on to the next, we have. I'll let you introduce that one.
We got the weekly update.
The college.
College preview, college playoff rankings. This update this week. We got Alabama sitting at number 1 still. And you got number 2 Clemson, number 3 Michigan. It's all the same, but then we got to change. And Texas A&M lost to Mississippi State last week. They were sitting at number 4. So now University of Washington, not D.C., folks. Is number 4. So that's what we got for college. You know, no big games this week that we're gonna touch on, but you know, we just gotta keep the update with the rankings. You know, when the college playoff starts in January. But then, you know, college basketball is back. Last night was the first game. It's basically like the first weekend of games.
Yeah.
Terry, did you watch any games? I just knew it was back. I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't really have a chance to take a peek at any games. I know ODU played JMU though.
They gotta win.
Yeah. Shout out to ODU men's basketball team. You know, they out there holding it down for the school.
Yeah,
we really appreciate y'all, man. And it's just with college basketball around. I think it's the fact that everybody's just like been waiting for basketball for so long, and it's finally back in the collegiate level. And it's just like being inside an arena. It's like the energy in the building is just like amazing. Like you can tell everybody's just there patiently waiting. Just college basketball finally back, and it's just like, oh wow! Like I seen the snaps of ODU JMU game, and you can just tell it was a buzz in there. Like you'd have thought like it was Golden State versus Cleveland in there. Like, I'm serious.
Like
then I had a friend. She went to the VCU game, and she said it was live. I'm talking about like it was.
Oh yeah. VCU was home. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that on somebody's snap too.
It's just like they got the basketball game because they don't got no football.
Yeah.
But we ain't gonna talk about that. But it's just like it's back, man. It's just like who knows what the season brings, but
going into every college basketball season, what people like to look for is like who's going to be the top pick in the draft, for real. Like who's going to separate themselves, be 70 on 76ers roster next year.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Like I mean, that's pretty much all it is.
Honestly, sadly. But I don't know. The 76ers, they shaping up though. Jaleel Okafor, Nerlens Noel,
Joel Embiid.
Then you got Ben Simmons. Man, they add a point in there, man. Point in the wing, man.
Ben Simmons gotta get on the court though.
Yeah, he do, but when he get there, trust and believe, he'll make a little noise. So next up, we got NFL preview. Now we get into my bread, buddy. I love to talk about the NFL preview. The Cowboys.
Yeah, we always put this in the middle of the show.
The Cowboys are 7-1. But first thing we're gonna talk about these Cleveland Browns.
My God.
They are
Like
0-10.
this might be a little unbelievable, but this is the first time the Browns are 0-10 in franchise history. Now, which means you might be like, "What? The Browns are garbage," but they at least be like 1-9
Yeah,
or
but
2-8, something like. They just can't get nothing going.
The thing is, if you 0-10, you probably not gonna win a game this year. I got them all 0-16, just like them Detroit Lions.
And they still gotta play the Steelers twice.
Still gotta play the Steelers.
Still gotta play the Bengals again.
Do they gotta play y'all, or y'all already played them?
I know they gotta still play the Giants. That means I think we gotta put in there somewhere.
But I think it's safe to say that the Cleveland Browns got the number 1 pick on live.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, because see me, when it comes to my sports team.
Oh no, we don't play it. We don't play it. Wait.
When it comes to my sports team, I believe in this. If you gonna win, you need to win. But if you gonna lose, you need to lose.
Just lose, man.
Don't be in between, because see, that's the difference between a number 1 pick and a 16th pick.
Yeah, you don't want that.
It's either like this. I want the number 1 pick, or I want the 32nd pick.
Yeah, exactly.
It's either we gonna lose and we be the worst team in the league, or we win and we win the Super Bowl, because it is no way. It killed me when the Cowboys used to go 8-8.
Oh yeah, like every year, man.
And I'm just like, man, you missing out on good picks. These are number 1 picks that you need to be getting. I don't know what you're doing. It's just like, come on, man.
Exactly. So I mean, you either gotta be garbage, or you gotta win the champ. You gotta win the ship. So then the first game this week, we're gonna preview. We're not gonna touch on the Cleveland Browns too long. They 0-10. Then we got the Cowboys in Pittsburgh.
And Pittsburgh got a 60.
And Pittsburgh is expected to win this game.
What?
People still sleeping on Trey's Cowboys.
I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know what we gotta do. You win 7 games in a row, you think you get a little respect, But it's okay, because Jalen, people expected us to lose a trap game to Cleveland. People expected us to lose to the Eagles. Oh, and the team before that. And it just keep happening every week. So, Cowboys, we'll suit up. We'll be ready. And if the Steelers don't bring their A game, we'll put them away early.
Cowboys fans are saying that this is Dat's game to prove himself.
What?
Simply because
what Cowboys fans have you been listening to?
They say that if Dat don't win in Pittsburgh this week, they're gonna get in the hook, and it's gonna be Tony's team next week.
I do think the Cowboys will carry Dak Prescott like that. Sadly, it's just like, but my thing is, don't tell him that. Let him think that, because if you tell him next game you lose, we pull you, then he's gonna start trying to force things. But if you just let him play and let him think that on his own, what if the Cowboys don't lose another game this season?
I think Tony Romo is gonna be.
What if the Cowboys don't lose another game this season? Honestly, don't get me wrong, Tony Romo, you had a great career, but if we take away the bias and the fan of Tony Romo went in the Cowboys, he's only won 2 playoff games. He throws interceptions in big moments when he used to. So he's clutch, but he still has those moments. And like I said, time and time again, sometimes the best ability is availability. And since 2012, Tony Romo hasn't played a complete season. So it's just like, I'm sorry. We appreciate what you've done, but if we don't have to accept this mediocrity, then why do it?
Exactly. And but any loss is going to be some blame. If that's playing, then they're going to say, you got to bring Tony back. And if Tony loses, they're going to say, bench him and put that in. So it's kind of unsafe for y'all's quarterback situation for the rest of the year, because any loss is going to create controversy for whoever started the game.
Yeah. But you can't lose the game bad, though, because if you lose the game bad, you just out there throwing picks.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. But see, I think the Cowboys fans, I know me, when that game he played against Philly, y'all was mad. But you know what? I accepted it. For the simple fact is, he's a rookie. You got to accept it for what it is. I expect Dak to run into some moments where
Yeah,
he
he was
looks
struggling.
like a rookie. I expect that from Ezekiel Elliott as well because they're rookies. They're playing way beyond their status.
That is true.
Like, you got two rookies, a fourth round draft pick, leading the team to 7-1. Like, come on now, that's just almost unheard of.
That reminds me of Russell Wilson. I think he was a third round draft pick for the Seahawks, and no one expected him to. He already has a Super Bowl ring on his finger.
Yeah,
So
but see, the thing is, fun fact: the high school I used to go to, the basketball coach used to coach Russell Wilson. But the thing is, Jalen, the year they won the Super Bowl, me and you could play quarterback, honestly, because that defense was so dominant. I'm talking about they wouldn't even give up a pen amount of yards. I mean, you saw how small this is. Like, they wouldn't even give up this. That defense was stout.
and they still had the beast running back, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. Then you had them boy.
But then he could have 2 rings. I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh boy, he could have had 2 rings, but he thought he was.
He just
Tom
gave it
Brady.
to Marshawn. Yep.
Thought he was. Come on, man. I'm trusting my guy Marshawn Lynch.
I guarantee if Marshawn Lynch got the ball that year, he would still be playing. I feel like that game, just blew Marshawn Lynch to no end, and he's like, I'm never gonna get the opportunity to get back to the ship again, so I'm gonna just go ahead
That gotta suck, man.
and retire.
Wow,
He gave it one more year though, but after last year, he
But
was.
imagine had he took the Rock though, that'd have been crazy. Then next we have.
Oh, speaking of Seattle, we got Seattle at
the
the
Patriots.
Patriots.
Give me Seattle. I'll take Seattle.
The Patriots are 7-1 too. This is the AFC Dallas Cowboys, but you gotta put the Patriots over the Cowboys because they've been doing this for multiple years now.
Okay.
And I don't think the Patriots are losing in Gillette in Foxborough.
Yeah,
I just can't
look,
see it.
Look. Nobody thought that the Broncos would beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl. Nobody thought that the Seahawks would crush the Broncos in the Super Bowl the year they did it.
Oh yeah, that is true.
But this is going to happen. The Seahawks are going to crush the Patriots. So you want to know why? One thing about Tom Brady is he don't deal with this a lot. But sometimes, in some games, he do this thing where he plays a defense, right, that's actually legit, and they start hitting them. And then when Tom Brady start getting hit, he can't sit on the spot. And then once he can't sit on the spot no more, that's when the offense becomes stagnant, and he start making mistakes. And then when he start making mistakes, that's when the Patriots start losing. But see, the thing is, the Seahawks play in the NFC. So you only get to see them once every 4 years. He don't play. It's not that many dominant defenses in the league. Even the Minnesota Vikings, they started off. They were pumped up at the beginning of the season, but now they done too. But when they start hitting Tom Brady this week, you'll see Tom Brady start to make those mistakes. I think Tom Brady had 2 interceptions.
I think the Patriots win by at least 2 touchdowns. Easy win.
Whoa,
Easy
hey,
win.
hey.
They're gonna be 8-1.
Well, 8-1. Did you stretch before you reach? Because that's just how it is. You reaching. Honestly, Patriots not winning this game. I got Seattle winning this by 3 to 4 points. So, this is a very interesting. I didn't see this one on the script. This is beautiful. Cowboys versus Patriots, Super Bowl possibility. With our run game, I think it's a possibility that we can make it. I think with our no-name defense, I think we actually have a shot because the year that we went 12-4, we crushed Seattle that year. And the thing is, I'm not really afraid of anybody in the NFC. I'm not afraid of Atlanta. I'm not afraid of Green Bay. For the simple fact is, it's like this. We beat Green Bay. With Atlanta, what Matt Ryan is going to show up, you just don't know. And even if they do show up, your defense is not good enough to contain our offense or even keep our offense off the field. We're gonna dominate the time possession. We're gonna feed Zeke. We're gonna keep Dak in there, and we're just gonna do what we do. That's what we do. We keep our defense fresh by keeping them off the field. So that way, by the time our defense get on the field, they just flying around. The Patriots, who can beat them in the AFC? Don't say Kansas City.
Here's how it is. If the Cowboys don't get home field advantage for the playoffs, they're not going to Super Bowl.
I don't know. I'd rather us.
Can you see Dallas going to Green Bay in January and getting a win?
I'd rather we play on the road than at home. For the simple fact is, the year that we went 12-4, I always reference the year we went 12-4 because that had to be our most perfect year. That's when you kind of sort of saw this is what we got the ability to be. The year that we did that, we were 8-0 on the road.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
All four of our losses came at home. Even when the new stadium opened, the Giants beat us. Even this year, we 4-0 on the road. Our one loss is at home. So, I'm sorry. I'd rather the Cowboys be on the road. But see, the thing is, we about to be the number one seed. We about to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And we about to have first round bye. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's still a long season though.
I can see,
but I'm being cocky right now.
I can see Dallas.
I'm sipping the Dak juice, some of that Zeke juice.
Dallas and Patriots. That could be Super Bowl 51.
I don't know. I don't even want to play Tom Brady because I just feel like they're gonna give him so many calls, man. Seriously, and the Cowboys, our defensive players, we not make stupid plays. We not be stupid.
I mean, y'all could be cute, make the Super Bowl. Y'all just won't win.
No. Look, I don't want to go to Super Bowl and not win it. Honestly, we need 6. We need to get number 6. So next up, finally got to the NBA, National Basketball Association, by the way. So we got D-Ray returns home and comes up with the victory versus the Miami Heat.
I'm glad he got that win.
I'm glad he got the win too, but the Bulls, man, we looking shaky, man. If you can't beat, it's like those first 3 games, we like world beaters. Like, oh my God, we might be better than everybody thought we were. But when they played the Heat actually made it close. Like maybe Pat Riley wasn't wrong for not signing D-Wade back because that young team, they scrappy, man.
Bulls won by 3, 98, 95.
3 points, that was it. And if it wasn't for a call, we'd have really been out bad. But D-Wade, he only scored 13 points? That was it. But, I mean, D-Wade, it was good to see him go back home. He got the love that he deserved. They had this little tribute video. If I was a big D-Wade fan, I probably would have cried about it, but I mean, I like D-Wade. He's a good player. I don't like him when he played for the Heat with LeBron. I couldn't stand him, LeBron, or Chris Brown because I always felt like they thought they was better than everybody. But they ganged up on everybody. I could not stand them. Every time my Bulls lose in the playoffs, it's always to a LeBron James-led team. That's just how it is, man. I just could not stand D-Wade for it, but he had a good return. I mean, it is what it is. Probably the last time he get love when he go back. He'll probably start getting booed next time.
Then we got the Hawks. They gave Cleveland their first L of the year. Are the Hawks a contender?
No.
And should Cleveland be worried about
It's
it?
a regular season. I've seen this 1,000 times with LeBron James-led teams. I'm sorry. Anything that happens in the regular season don't got nothing to do with the postseason. I've seen the Bulls crush LeBron in the regular, just crush him, kill him. So we get into the playoffs, can't get a game. Can't get a game. It's just like, you know what?
That is true.
There's no point.
LeBron not worried about the regular season. This is 14th regular season.
I literally seen my Bulls punk LeBron James in the regular season, and none of that translates to the playoffs. And are the Hawks contenders? No, they're pretenders. Always. The one thing that the Hawks miss, and what people don't understand is you need this guy that can go out, okay, and get you a bucket. You need a guy who's going to pass the ball to you, go get us a bucket. There's not too many teams that have that. LeBron, I mean, the Cavs, they got Kyrie, LeBron. With us, we got Jimmy Butler. That's what happened to the Heat in that game. They just couldn't score. And when we needed a bucket, all we did was give it to Jimmy Butler. He scored the last 8 out of the last 10 points in that game for us. So, all the thing, get a ball to Jimmy Butler, what do you do? Drive, pull up, jump shot. Get a ball to Jimmy Butler, drive, spin move, jump shot. It's just like, go get a bucket. You don't have that Kobe-esque guy. And until you get that guy, it just won't work. It's like this. You can't have a guy that just strictly ISO ball. No, ISO ball won't win in the league. But when you get into those playoff games, you need that guy that when everybody's tired and all else fails, okay, I'm going to get a bucket regardless because I get buckets my whole entire life. True. What you think?
I think, the Hawks, I wouldn't call them pretenders, but I do agree with how you said it's the regular season. Don't get boosted off, Cavs losing this game. The Hawks are going to be the Hawks. They're going to make the playoffs. And they'll beat other teams, but when they play Cleveland, they're going to lose the series. So, I mean, it's no different, really.
You know where the Hawks, they one of them teams that I'm telling you about. They win, but they don't win. But they lose, but they don't lose enough. And they end up with these middle-of-the-pack draft picks. True. And what happens? You don't get that guy that you need. You just don't get him.
They don't get a top-notch guy, and no free agent wants to come play for the Hawks.
None of them.
So they're just going to be a middle-of-the-pack team for years to come.
Now, we have our out-of-the-pocket segment. I'm going to introduce it because I don't know who's watching.
We're going to spend the last 4 minutes on this topic.
I don't know if they know about it, but the out-of-pocket segment basically is like all the bloopers in the sports world. So if you mess up, we going to call you out because that's what we do in today's victim. Dun, dun, dun. Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, my gosh. Man, I don't even.
What happened, Jay?
Colin Kaepernick is a fool, man. If y'all watch anything, ESPN, First Take, y'all need to pull up Stephen A. goes off on Colin Kaepernick. I mean, that was the best.
It was crazy.
And what he did was, you all know Colin Kaepernick taking a knee during the preseason, and actually his first game he just sat down, and then afterwards, he just started taking a knee because he felt that was a little more respectful. But all of this was, due to the minority injustices and the racial divide in the country, police brutality and all that. But then once election day comes, he says that there's no point in voting, and he doesn't even vote for the presidency. And I just don't understand how you're going to talk so much and, talk about change in the world, but you don't even
vote. It's just like, I'm going to kneel. I'm going to make a scene. I'm going to go off on everybody.
Like, basically,
I'm going to get
everything.
people to follow me. When you do something like that, you have to vote. You have to pick a side.
Exactly.
You have to. I understand, yes, it's your right. It's your option. Your ancestors fought not for you to vote, but for the option of voting. It's just like this. Colin Kaepernick, you're wrong. You're wrong. You might not feel as though you're wrong, but it's like this. It's like that one uncle don't smoke and then blow the smoke from his cigarette in your face. It's just like, come on, you can't do it. You can't do it. If you stand up for all these social injustices like you said, Jay, it's just like, I gotta vote.
Yeah.
Because even if you didn't want to vote for nobody, think about that. Think of every action has a message.
Exactly, and he's talking about we need to get out here for change, and voting is the first step to change. And then kids, you ended up being the hottest selling jersey for a while, when this was going on, and then little black kids, little minority children, looking up to you, and then they see you don't vote, then they not gonna vote. Exactly. They gonna be like,
Colin Kaepernick didn't do it,
so why would I vote? And that's the whole thing you talking about, how
Colin Kaepernick the reason why Hillary didn't win.
Like, you can't you can't talk about racial injustices and then not vote. because that means you're not really trying to change anything. So you just
Exactly.
talking. So like Stephen A. Smith said, just shut up, Colin Kaepernick.
Exactly.
No, I don't.
Colin Kaepernick, I know you thought we was about to let you up the hook, but this is now 2:30, and we just gotta let you know, Colin, that if you ain't nothing else for the rest of your entire life, you are
Out of pocket. Like,
oh
you
my God.
Like you suck at quarterback, and now you look like a fool. So just go ahead and get out the league, man.
Just let it go.
So, before we sign off on the 5th episode of The Final Score, we just want to let you know that ODU campus will be popping today as ODU takes on, I believe it is Southern Miss in football. And we are bowl eligible after the win last week.
Hey,
so if you want to go
bowl
out there.
eligible. Shout out to the ODU men's football team.
Start at 3:30.
But shout out to ODU, man. We on the up and up right now. And I just want to say thank y'all for listening. My name is Trey.
I'm Jay.
And this is The Final Score.